Trump media have erased all of their gains since they began trading on the NASDAQ last month. The stock closed down more than 8% Monday after being down 11% earlier in the day. Trump media reached a high of $79 a share on the day of its debut. That was the peak. Let's bring in the co-anchor of CNBC's Squawk Box, Andrew Ross Sorkin. Andrew, great to see you. So was this inevitable? You get the excitement, the inflation on that first day, and it's been all downhill from here, especially for a company that has no revenue.
I mean, maybe it was inevitable. I thought it was not inevitable it would go to $6 billion either. So, it seems almost inevitable to continue to go lower. The question is how quickly it goes lower, to the extent that this is a company that just on the basics isn't worth nearly what it's worth today. We're at about $2.9 billion. That's down from $6 billion. What is it worth? This is a company that makes $4 million in revenue and loses $58 million a year. So just to put the math on the table, the issue about the timing of how quickly it comes down is important, though, because the former President Trump, will only get to have access to any of this money at all come September, or if he gets permission from the board of this company to either sell shares early or to take a loan against it. So all of the things we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks now, almost immaterial to the financing campaign, if you will, for President Trump. The interesting thing is going to be to see what is the value of this thing a month, 2 months, and 3 months from now, when and if he may get access to even to some of it. And is that number going to be $2 billion? Is it going to be $1 billion? What does that even look like? And does it start to go up again? Meaning, does the value of it go up again? Because if that were to be the case, it would probably indicate that there are more people out there that are effectively doing this, not as an investment, but as a way to funnel money, campaign finances, to him. We've never seen anything like it. It's the most unusual sort of vehicle to do something like this. And of course, it raises all sorts of questions, including national security questions about, who in fact is investing in this stock. And again, how that money effectively could potentially in the future get to him if it does at all.
I mean, it's a garbage stock, and you've had very prominent people come on your show. You've interviewed them. They say it's just a joke. It's garbage stock. Twitter, which we all used, which had a better business model. I remember when Elon Musk was buying Twitter, saying, no, that's going to be a horrible investment. Don't do it. If we can all see that with Twitter, then Truth Social, which is just a cheap takeoff of Twitter, man, that's not going to work.
Oh, ouchie, ouchie. That was brutal, Joe. Just brutal. So, as you heard from Monday, Trump media took big hit over the weekend and into Monday as well. And as of today, Wednesday, when the market closed on Wednesday, Trump media shares closed down more than 8%, putting market cap just under $5 billion. The share price of Trump media closed Wednesday down 8.57%, putting the company's market capitalization just below $4.7 billion. Dow J. Trump shares closed at just $34.26. That is well below the $70.90 that the stock opened at on March 26th, its first day as a publicly traded company. And it is nearly $2.70 per share lower than the closing price of the former shell company, Digital World Acquisition Corp., on May 22nd, the day that company's shareholders approved the merger with Trump Media that took the company public just days later. Trump Media shares are currently down 44.71% month to date. The company's biggest shareholder, the former president, Donald Trump, who holds nearly 60% stake in the company, well, now those shares are worth less than $2.7 billion at Wednesday's close, a steep drop from the more than $5 billion in paper value it had just 2 weeks ago. And he continues to just take a beating in the stock market. So as you see here from the graph, it's not doing too well. Not doing well at all. Not at all. Of course, right-wing media has gone out of their way this week to downplay how much Trump has taken a beating in the stock market. Because, they've spent the past 6, 7 years hyping up about how Donald Trump's this great businessman. None of his ventures ever failed. He never loses, which is a big steaming pile of crap because obviously anything he touches dies. So earlier this week, Fox News brought on a company rep from Trump Media to shine in about what's going on in the company as in the market shares and whatnot. Maria asked him point blank how much money they are making. I want you to watch this video.
I was looking at the filing to the Securities and Exchange Commission and the loss. When would you expect this company to turn profitable?
Well, look, it's important to remember, Maria, that those numbers are based on what was the longest IPO in history. So even if you take the ridiculous cost that it took us to get to this point, we are well positioned. Why are we well positioned? Because we have no debt. We're coming out of this with no debt, a platform that works really, really well, that communicates to millions of people, and then we have $200 million in the bank. We think we've added over 200,000 new retail investors. I would say there's not another company out there that has retail investors like this.
Okay.
So what did you notice in that whole interview? Not once did he ever answer Maria's question. Her question, and it was a simple one, is when will this company or app make Donald Trump money? And not once did he answer that simple, basic question. Instead, he went on to talk about how, we're debt-free. At least we're debt-free. You're not in business to be debt-free. You're in business to make money. That is business 101. And any good businessman worth their weight in gold knows that fact. But we are talking Donald Trump, a failed businessman who has never been very successful at any businesses he's ran. And all he does is take loans out to pay off other loans, or just flat out doesn't pay any loans to begin with, which is why the majority of banks in this world want nothing to do with him. Just like Joe said, anything involving Trump is just worthless, cheap garbage. Whether it's Trump stocks in a social media company, Trump steaks, Trump shoes, Trump suits, Trump ties, Trump University, Trump Bibles, Trump casinos, Trump airplane, all of which was made, guess where? China, known for cheap crap. Have a nice day.